Hey guys, Steve from Resell Dojo back, and today I got a quick little video for you guys. Now, this is a topic I've been thinking about a lot to myself for a while, and it's one that I'm not sure if everyone is thinking about it as well. It's really just like how well selling has been for, I would say, like at least the last 12 months for everyone in the e-commerce space, and it may be lulling some people into complacency. Now let's go back 12 months on here. We are 12 months into the COVID e-commerce era, and as you all know, we're selling on eBay, Amazon, Mercari, wherever, anywhere e-commerce. Your sales took a massive jump when it came to March, April, May, that time frame from last year. And that spike, while it is awesome to your sales, was also just like a mirage of what you should be expecting for what you're putting into your business and what your output is. Now, granted, the landscape has changed when it comes to e-commerce sellers and buyers. There are a lot more buyers now than there were in the past, right? My mom, who would buy some stuff online, she'd buy Amazon, but now she's buying groceries. She's buying pretty much anything that she could get online. She's doing that instead of going into a physical brick and mortar store. So there are going to be a lot more buyers now than there were in the past. But I think that the ramp up that we had was a lot higher than many sellers probably expected it to be. And for it to be able to stay at the levels that it's been for the last year, I don't think that is possible. Now, while there are a lot more buyers in the market, there are a lot of factors that are attributing to it right now. Let's just take a look on it, right? We had the shutdown in second quarter of 2020, and that just ramped up e-commerce sales. Then we had a stimulus check. Then we had Q4. Then we've had two more stimulus checks as well, right? So we've had 5 bumps over the last year, including that Q4 in there as well. So 5 bumps in sales in one calendar year is a crazy amount. And 4 of them were not expected to happen, right? So what you have to do is look at those 4 bumps that we received outside of Q4, because you're always going to expect Q4 to give you that increase every year. But other than that, we had 4 unexpected increases that you wouldn't expect in a calendar year to e-commerce businesses. So what you want to do is think about what your business would look like if you took all 4 of those out. How is your business running without those? And what do you need to do to keep your business running at where it's at now if you don't expect any of those type of bumps moving forward? For myself, I definitely expect there to be a dip coming, and you really need to be prepared for it, because I don't think there's going to be much more when it comes to any type of stimulus coming. I don't think that buyers are going to be buying as much online as stuff starts to open up, right? Buyers are going to be traveling. They're going to be going to concerts, sporting events. They're going to be eating out more. So they're going to be putting the budget that they weren't spending in those areas over the last year into more entertainment type of stuff. And they're not going to be spending as much on tangible physical products online that may have been more for their entertainment during those last 12 months. Also, with opening up, I know there's going to be some jobs coming back, but I don't think that there's going to be a huge amount of jobs coming back. I think companies are going to be super conservative with how many people that they're bringing back, how much money that they're going to be giving them in raises, right? We've seen this as a trend over the past decade or so. When companies get money back, they are more conservative to saving it instead of spending it on employees and adding more jobs. They are going to be looking at it as like, how can we run our business as lean and mean as possible for at least the next year or two until they see that there is a good recovery. And that just adds into it that there's not going to be as much spending dollars available, because there's not going to be as many new employees and workers and higher wages coming down the pipeline. So there are a few things that I'm looking at for my business to prepare for this type of downturn, to be ready for when it comes about, because I want to make sure that I'm ready to be ahead of anything that's coming on the forefront and just be ready to attack it head on. Now, the first thing I'm looking at is my current inventory levels and where I think that they need to be. The churn rate of my inventory has been crazy over the last year. I'm around about a 30 to 33% churn rate for my inventory. So I'm turning my inventory every 3 months. And actually, for what I have listed and to what I sold right now, I think I'm at about a 40% rate for what I have listed versus what I have sold. Now, do I think that is sustainable? Potentially, but that relies on me finding a lot of really high value inventory that is desirable at that point in time. Now, while I know I'm sourcing product a lot better now than I was 12 months ago, 2 years ago, I know that the rate of what it's selling for is a lot higher than where it probably should be historically. And that means for what my inventory levels are right now, I need to boost them to make sure that I am going to be selling at the same dollar amount every month at where I currently am. And for my store, I feel like I need to be about 30 to 50% larger than I am right now, just to make sure I'm sustaining what my sales are currently. Now, to grow my store to that amount that I feel like I need to be at, I need to do two things. The first is to look at all of my operational processes within my store. That means listing, sourcing, cleaning, taking pictures, right? Shipping out, doing accounting, properly putting back inventory, all those things that occur within your business. I'm looking at how I can tighten all of those up right now while my business is really running really well, and making sure that I have all of those processes tightened up as efficient as possible to make sure that when I need to be boosting my inventory to the levels where I feel like I am, I'm going to have more time within my day to be able to do so. And really, for all businesses, you always should be making sure you're looking at how you can be more efficient. But I really feel right now you need to take a quick look at all of your processes, really understand where you are leaking efficiencies and how can you tighten those up. The second thing for me to be able to get my inventory levels up higher are what other sources of inventory are out there and available to me. Now, myself, I primarily am buying from thrift stores, sometimes garage sales, very infrequently estate sales, and I need to be looking at what other methods I can find consistent inventory for myself. One that I'm going to be looking at are online auctions. I know those are great. There are a lot of people that are doing really awesome at it. One person in particular that's doing great at it is Derek at Fundamentalz of Side Hustling. I know I've seen him picking up some awesome auction items that he has found. I'm going to put a link to his channel down below so you can see the stuff that he is finding. But I know that is one method that I should be looking at for myself. I used to buy a lot from auctions before the pandemic, but when it started having different times or requirements to pick up stuff, and I had my son with me because he was doing school from home, it just wasn't a viable option for me at that time because they wouldn't even let him in the building when it came to picking up product, and that's just a no-go for me when I had him 24/7 basically. Another method of getting more inventory is going to be through retail arbitrage or even online arbitrage. One reseller that does really good with retail arbitrage and finding those sneaky discounts is Justin the Flipping Accountant. I'm going to put his channel down below so you can check him out as well. But watching him inspires me to go and hit up Walmarts and all the different type of stores out there to see what type of discounts are available, and what type of product I can find to be able to supplement my current inventory as well. Now, a lot of that product is fantastic for Amazon, but it's also really good product that I'll be able to put on eBay as well. You just have to check and see what the margins look like and what works for your business model. I feel like I could do really well when it comes to the RA around here. I know there are going to be a lot of competitors doing it as well, but once I find certain BOLO items to target, I feel like I can clean up, especially if I run some really good routes in my area. Now, once I start implementing those sourcing opportunities, whether it's auctions, OA, RA, into my business, I feel like I'll really be able to jump up my inventory levels. Now, I feel like I could do that even if I'm just hitting thrift stores, but thrift stores alone are really hit and miss, and I feel like if I put those other ones in there, I could be way more targeted to get some good inventory, even though I may be paying up a little bit more, well, probably a lot more than I would be hitting at a thrift store, but it'll be consistent inventory that I could find and hopefully find some really good volume to just churn on while I'm building up my inventory levels. And building up those inventory levels is going to be a goal for me over the next 8 months. By the end of 2021, I want to be at $40,000 of inventory. Right now, I usually fluctuate between $26,000 and $28,000 of inventory, which I feel is really low for what my targets are, but the efficiencies of what I've been selling for the past year has just been crazy and out of sorts that I don't think it could keep that up. So I need to make sure I'm building that inventory up just to make sure if there is any type of bubble that's burst or any type of recession or anything like that, that I have enough diverse product out there for people to be able to buy and to be able to maintain the levels that I feel like I want to be at. So I highly recommend everyone to look at their businesses right now. Look at it through the lens of, is it sustainable in the long run, right? Have you been propped up by any certain markets out there, whether it's Pokemon, sports cards, even video games right now is going through the roof. Any of those markets right now that you feel are just super hyped up right now, would your business be able to sustain itself if those collapse? And what can you do to make sure that you're in a good position to be profitable and to be at the levels you're at in the long run? So I hope this helps you guys out. I hope you all look at your business, look at and see what you could do to minimize any type of downturn or bubble burst that may happen in the future, and just make sure that you're prepared for it as well. Now, if you like reselling videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. I put 2 to 3 out a week. Also, smash the thumbs up for me, as it'll really help me out. And down in the comments below, let me know what you're going to be doing to make sure your business is strong, to grow, and to just be sustainable going forward. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.